changing the world for a better future. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Tony Stark, the Invincible Iron Man. For 2 mana, you'll get a human that's able to get you more artifacts in hand. And for 6 mana, either casting or transforming him, you get Iron Man, who's going to let you freely play an artifact, and if it's an equipment, equip it for free, allowing you to get the enter the battlefields off things like Meteor Sword and get easy equips on Ultima Weapon or even Genji Glove, which gives you a 20 damage swing, all at just 6 mana. In this deck, we're running a little bit of ramp to get to 6 mana, some nice techie artifacts that can behave as removal like Chainsaw, Mjolnir, and Ghost Vacuum in the Ooze, as well as some very high mana value artifact cards, because what's better than getting huge artifacts? It's getting them for free. Whether we're cheating at Portal to Phyrexia, Krang, the 10-ringed Extinguisher, Battleship, or even the End Stone to keep resetting your life total and getting more cards. This deck is doing what artifact decks do best, making tokens, finding the right artifact for you to use, using them again and again, and because we have a focus on high mana value artifacts, we can even throw them at our opponent's face with the broadside bombardiers. This deck is really doing what Iron Man wants to do, which is always why we have more Iron Man, like Iron Man Bleeding Edge and Iron Man Titan of Innovation, which both help our game plan double up some of these artifacts and do it even more. So let's take Tony Stark, the Invincible Iron Man, into the queue and see if we can fly high in our armor and take down our opponents. Shuri the Black Panther from the Commander deck is a go wide artifacts build. The more artifacts you have, the more you get. Yeah, it's you, Shuri. Only this one is in the Black Panther suit. She's going to be buffing up creatures, she's going to be drawing cards, and she's got lifelink too. I feel that this is a tricky card to build around because you really want a lot of artifact creatures. And there are some good ones. There's like some funky servos and servo making token things too. Gemstone Caverns exiling, Twitching Doll from their opening hand. Cool. I'm just gonna fetch to the Surveil. I don't have anything else I'm doing this turn. Yeah, the Cyclonic Rift might come in handy. I would like another land. Yes, Shuri would be very different in blue. So both Shuri and T'Challa Black Panther are in Selesnya. And it makes it, I think, a really cool deck. Because you have to build around not your typical, blue artifact stuff. You have to build around the colorless and the green and white. All right, Grindstone and Defense Grid. I will not be casting things on your turn. Noted. Guess I'll go for Human. It's the most common creature type in my deck. I can technically turn something into something else. No, I'm just gonna swing for 2. They have a Grindstone, which tells me they also have Painter's Servant. And white does have some tutors for artifacts. Shuri draws more cards. Oh, they're gonna Beseiju this. I mean, that's fine. I still get to Tony mana. So that's kind of nice. Now let's go blue. Yeah, because I get the discount. Don't have to worry about a tithe, especially with Defense Grid out here. Am I feeling Krang? Or am I feeling killing Shuri? I roll greed, I want Krang. Yeah, kill them versus kill their commander. I want to kill them. So Krang makes all my artifact creatures flying, trample, indestructible, haste. It's pretty nice. They're swinging in again. 2 more damage, 2 more life gained. I like their Fluttershy. Yeah, I have Tony mana. Prevents all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control. Noted! I do not quite have 15 damage in the air. We gotta fix that. None of these fix that. Alright, well, so we'll give you haste. And flying. And then it's lethal. Yeah, then it's lethal. Because it gets haste and flying. Because of Krang. Katara, Waterbending Master. I guess I'll try to turn her into a toy, because, I mean, if she can't scream, she can't waterbend. That's how they waterbend, right? With their mouths? They just kind of go, "Ugh!" Yeah, that's definitely how it works. Katara's gonna be trying to counter all my stuff. You've probably seen Katara 10,000 times before. You know how she does! Alright, bring out the Tony. Oh, someone has a free spell! Wonder which one it is. There's no more Force of Wills here. Oh no, Tony's abilities. That's crazy. Are you gonna sacrifice your architect? Yeah. Otherwise, I'm gonna throw Tony Stark at the hydroponics architect. Katara, just like my commander, should be unable to do anything. Let's see what you got. I have 3 mana, which means I can dodge not all taxing counter spells, but some of them. So it looks like they're going to phase us both out. Sure, okay. I get to draw 1, discard 1. Arcane Signet. Probably not. For something a little more exciting. Yeah. I mean, Hydroponics Architect, if I wasn't already, like, really pushing to try to hit everything on theme in this deck, I think it would probably be in this deck. Alright, Iron Man, Bleeding Edge. Let me copy my stuff. Sure. Hydroponics. Or sorry, Hydroelectric Specimen to redirect all nothing to them. I think they don't have a counterspell, but they'll get to draw a little here. Or you want to put that March back on top of your deck. Sure. Gives them a swing if they want it. Yeah, I imagine to the same person very often. It's so weird. The matchmaking in this queue is a silly one. I'm 1 mana off from being able to cast these. That's so sad. I want 2 battleships. Okay, like 2 battleships would kill Iron Man Bleeding Edge, but copying it on the stack, ugh, just sounds so cool. I think I'd rather have 2 10 rings. Ooh, or 2 simulacrum synthesizers. Don't mind if I do. One will trigger the other. You got a counter spell? Because you have to counter both. Okay, so I just get the copy. That's fine with me. Yes, I would like to copy it. Does 20 rings do anything? If I cast some spells at instant speed between their triggers. But 20 rings! Imagine. Don't think I need that. Not while you're the least the least invincible of Iron Men. Okay, so they're just phasing out this guy. So they can draw 4, discard 1. I'm down. I will use Tony Stark to block Katara. Tony Stark, return to me! Jace, wielder of mysteries, does a little milling and a little drawing, and they know that I had surveilled on whatever, scryed on top of my deck, so I just have to hope I get another land. Dang, I'm so good at Magic. Okay, so I would like 2 Invincible Iron Men. Gonna make him wince. What hit him with the Vince. Now, we're not casting things at this point. So I'd say that this is a game. Each Iron Man triggers. And battle cruisers are operational. Oh, they don't even know about the 10 rings. There's gonna be 10 of them. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, also an Artifacts commander, draws them a card when an artifact enters and turns into a mighty 6/6 when you draw your second card per turn. I have no like ramp here, but I have some cool removal. Unable to scream and chainsaw. Oh gosh, I don't know if I want to be chainsawing Moon Girl. She's literally just like a cute girl. This seems cruel. Like that seems mean, right? Ooh. Do I want to play dummy? Yeah. I should chainsaw the literal child. And that's not an artifacts card. Oh, it's a draw 2 card, though, but it draws 2 after combat. Like, at the end of combat. I will chainsaw the Malcolm. And make Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur into a toy. You like artifacts, right? Now you're artifacts. Oh, but wait. They wanted days! Okay, that's actually fine. I can use the helper for that. Yeah, Hydraulic Helper, it's like Power Stone phrasing, so you can use it to pay ward and pay taxes. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a key here. Tutor, Regrowth, Electrolyze. Sorry, Transit Mage. You can only get me, like, some things. You can get me a Genji glove, sure. A Demonic Tutor, now that could get me anything. Wingbane Vantasar, are they gonna destroy my key to the archive? Good news, they don't have the mana for it this turn. Yeah, they're like, am I swinging in? Not yet, you aren't. It's Tony time. Hold up. I have to decide what I want. Oh, by the way, you can also naturalize the Tony, which is why I'm going to be playing the Fugitive Droid. Go Fuga Droid. Bring out Worm Coil Engine. It's an oldie, but still a goodie. So I'm going to naturalize this, seeing that anything that targets my creatures or artifacts, I'd be able to counter. Moon Girl and Devil Dino sees their artifact land enter, becomes a 6/6, draws them a card, and they're gonna bounce my Verm Coil Machine? Wrong. No, you're not. I love my Verm Coil Machine. My Verm Spiral. Yeah, alright. The Verms have spiraled, and now they will become 2 worms. Nice. I got this Demonic Tutor. What do I want? Portal? Wait. Extinguisher would kill all my stuff and still leave the Vantasaur. I think it's Portal. 10 rings would also be pretty nasty. I will give Tony a chainsaw. And play out the Portal. They gotta pick 3. And the Vantasaur can't do that much to hold me at bay. GG. Mono Blue knows what to do when it comes to Namor the Submariner. And it's something that's really tough to play against. It's blue non-creature spells. Yes, that does include counter spells because they make you free fish. And the more fish you have, the bigger it gets. Orrery, you're not what I'm looking for. Hello? Hi. Mistcloaked Herald. The more merfolk they have, the bigger Namor gets. So I'm going to try to land Tony Stark here. Once he's in play, a deck like this can still deal with him, bouncing him, taking away his abilities, but it's a little less likely because I feel they typically have a lot of counter spells. Ooh, Mistcaller. So Mistcaller, I have to play around this. If I bring in a creature off Invincible Iron Man, they could exile it, which would be bad for me. Let's try not to do that. Am I going to be a repurposing bay? Am I just holding up 3 steps ahead? I think I'm just holding 3 steps ahead. This is the only counterspell I have in my deck, and it's because it can also clone artifacts. And of course, I'm unable to counter it. I can still use Tony to get an artifact. They would have to sacrifice the Mistcaller, like, in response to this trigger. Alright, what do we got? Wow, that's a lot of options. I guess I just want the mana. Box Amber. Seed of the Synod. Mox Amber. They do have that in this. A rune-carved obelisk. Boundary Inspector. I think repurposing bay. Oh, they're peeking at my hand. They're gonna get to see what goods I got. I got an End Stone. It's a pretty good. Namor is getting pretty chunky. And the fact he has this built-in invasion, I think Namor is a strong commander for Brawl, for the 1v1 environment. Especially when it comes to, like, the cheap, like, 2-mana Merfolk Lords. Especially the ones that give Island Walk. Oh! Speak of the devil! How much damage am I taking here? Yeah, I can't block anything. And I am approximately dead. Now, even if I play Endstone, it would reset me to 13. This is more than 13 damage. I can get a 1 ring into play, but it wouldn't give me protection because it wouldn't be cast. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could get off Repurposing Bay that would make a big difference here. Like, what can I get? It's 8 mana from Endstone. Ooh, does it matter? Is this getting bounced? We're gonna bring in Endstone. If I had a 1 mana artifact in play, I could get Chainsaw for Lord of Atlantis. But I don't. I have 0 mana artifacts. 4 and 7. Oh my god, wait. I'm trying to remember if the board wipe vehicle is 8. I think it might be. That's okay. I'm not getting a creature. I'm getting the Extinguisher Battleship. And I'm going to destroy Patchwork Banner. And I'm going to deal 4 damage to each creature. Do you have a Stifle? I got a Brainstorm. Yeah, I had to like double check, like if Battleship is 8, right? Battleship is 8! Blessed be, we ain't getting a creature. Oh, and I don't think they're gonna have haste, so I will station this up. Make a 10-10. Battle cruiser, operational. What's up? It's a 10-10. It's pretty cool, right? I could even copy it if I really wanted to. Using 3 steps ahead. Alright, I will sacrifice the obelisk to get a 4-cost artifact into my hand. Phyrexian Metamorph would also let me copy it. Okay, yes. I'm going to copy the battleship, destroy a land, then go to town. Turn one of these into a Krang. Rafellos, Llanowar Emissary. I have a way to take away his abilities, which means that this is definitely a keeper of a hand. Rafellos is one of the most mana dorks of all time. And I think that Unable to Scream and similar effects are the best way to handle it. Sure, you can counter it, but they'll just play it again in a turn or two because they're green and they're ramping. That's what they do. And eventually they'll just have enough ramp to cast their big threats anyway. Rafellos also has some infinites. Yes, right? Once you make him tap for, I want to say it's 5 mana, you can just get infinite card draw off the Staff of Domination. And life gain and everything. Infinite mana, infinite all things. Rafellos, are you there? Hello, Rafellos? Okay, well, he decided he would, no, he's taking a vacation day. That's fine. I will go for fetching and surveilling. A classy turn 1 opener. Broadside Bombardiers, love it. Lets me kill their other mana dorks. Also, it's just something for turn 3. I think turn 2, though, because they didn't Gemstone Caverns, is going to be Tony Stark. What's up? There's a hobbit. Yes, you wish to have an uncounterable Rafellos. That's cool. I don't have many counter spells, and I have no free counter spells in this deck. Rafellos, Unable to Scream. Oh, wait. A Veil of Summer? Wow, I hate it. They do, in fact, have protection. I guess I'll go Darksteel Citadel here, get myself another land. Yeah, they were delayed because they needed time to open my stream. It sure feels like that sometimes. Huh, interesting that you did not cast anything there. I wonder if you have more removal. Broadside Bombardiers. You're going to use Tony Stark. Trix Interlacer, Arcane Signet, and Moonsnare Prototype. Looking at what I have in my hand. This will give me some card advantage. That'll give me some ramp. I'm going to go with this. Broadside Bombardiers, I'm going to swing in. Care to double block? No, you don't even get the choice. Okay, I'm going to throw Tony Stark at Rafellos. I could also have thrown the Darksteel Citadel. I wonder if they were like off by 1 mana from a big spell, because 7 mana is enough for pretty much anything. I don't think they're stream sniping. It's occasionally you can like tell a stream sniper because they would play in a way that no normal player would ever behave. This is not that. This is just a Rafellos that has some protective spells and I guess missed their big things. They were 1 mana short of a hoof. Because 7, like, they could have cast a Kogla. I wonder if their hand is all Eldrazi. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep yeeting stuff using the broadside bombardiers. If they replay Rafellos here, Rafellos is dead. Nothing under 9 mana. No, they had 7, I think, last turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 off this. Okay, Archdruid's Charm. Sure. They must have just drawn it, because they could have used that to tutor for a spell for Rafellos, or even protected him by killing this last turn. Alright, so my repeatable removal has been removed in turn. I have choices here of what I would like to play. Do I want to get silly on clones? Yeah, I want to get silly on clones. I'm going to play Iron Man Bleeding Edge. Iron Man Bleeding Edge lets me copy 1 artifact spell a turn, making non-legendary copies. And that does include my commander, which is really cool. Only if I cast it as the backside, though. In the meantime, I'm feeling like a pair of Simulacra, or maybe a couple of other clones, because I could clone the other clones. Oh, what's good, Shuri? Yeah, you'll give me good discounts. I will play Shuri, Wakandan Adventure. This is not what I want to copy. Decline. Yeah, I wish copying Rafellos would do something cool. It doesn't. I could technically... Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I think this actually adds up. Alright. Copy this. And I'll copy, like, maybe lands? I can't do this, because it would still come in and be copying a legendary. 1 Hobbit. 1 land. Uthros, unfortunately colorless. But that gives me enough for next turn, if I can survive that long. Let's find out. Would it copy a warped artifact? Yes, but I believe it would copy the warping and make it go away. Alright, so let's see what you got. You have 13 mana? Emrakul? Yeah, I probably could have gone for Simulacrum over the clones. I could have used the clone spell to copy Invincible Iron Man after cloning that. Yeah, there are so many different Iron Men. Topiary Stomper. Okay, that's 3 mana to get 1 more. We still have 11 mana. Sure, Sundering Titan. 1 for you, 2 for me. Gonna set back my mana a bit. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I guess I'm glad that I went for something there. Would I rather draw or just do this? I think I'd rather use the Simulacrum here. Please copy it. It will get me 2 lands. I'd like to monitor some things. Draw 2. More lands. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Light. 11. Dang, that gives me enough to Battleship, but Battleship is not what I need. Battleship gets rid of all my stuff and all their stuff. Do I just do it anyway? Let me see what else I can get. Huh, Mjolnir. I mean, it lets Iron Man exist. Yeah, like Sundering Titan still sticks around. Unless I double that? No, and then it would still be gone. Battleship is really fun. I know. Yeah, let's do it. It kills Rafellos. Yeah, I can't double it here. But Iron Man Bleeding Edge will live through. Yep, we get 2 more non-lands in hand. Okay, a Mox Amber, sure. A Ghost Vacuum, okay. Great. Weird moves, but you know what? We'll take them. Oh, by the way, Iron Man, this one, not worthy. Tony Stark, not worthy. The Invincible Iron Man, the suit, worthy. Hi again, Raphaelos. All right, what's the biggest thing I would want out of a graveyard here? Probably Thought Monitor, because they become 1/1s. Or Simulacrum. Let's start with the Thought Monitor. The elevator can pick up the hammer. They covered this in the movie. Yes, because it's like, you're not judging the worthiness of an elevator. Would I like to copy it? Yeah. I would also like to put one of them in here. And, we will go to combat. And I will put Mjolnir into play. And I will deal 4 damage to Raphaelos. I don't actually have another artifact for you. Anyway, this is lethal. I like killing Raphaelos with Mjolnir. That feels right. Miles Morales, a +1/+1 counters commander, one of our spider heroes. I have Urza, Commander's Plate, and Hydraulic Helper all in this hand, which means I should be able to use Urza to turn the rest of those cards into ramp. I mean, this ramps anyway. Helper's so cute. We love us, and we love us an AI that is not very smart. All right, Bloodstained Mire, getting them. Green stuff. Yep, so they can play Miles. I feel like usually you want another creature in play first. Yeah, they're playing Sam. Sam brings back their fetch land and puts it in hand. I'll play the Helper over Tony. Because it can block. Yeah, it has some sort of intelligence. Just not a lot of it. If they played Miles and attacked in with Sam, would I block here? I don't think so. I'd block it with the Simulacrum, but I don't think I'd block it with the Helper. Flooded Strand. Getting me that blue stuff. And a Spirited Simulacrum. Another artifact that gets me a land. I think Spirited Simulacrum is actually a really nice alchemy design. I like the Solemn Simulacrum, but for the modern age. Okay, fetching a Commercial District. They Surveil. And I think you need 6 mana to flip this card over. Yeah, 6 mana. Just like you. I mean, next turn I could just cast the backside and, I don't know, cheat and Camille. Ooh, it looks to me like we're going to be casting things at sorcery speed. She-Hulk in play now. Go for the trade on Sam. Gets me a non-land. Has it not have haste with that art? Don't worry about it. They could have a counterspell or a reprieve here. Let's go for it anyway. Iron Man. Could also have a kill spell. The Invincible Iron Man enters play. Are they going to tell him to get lost? No, they're abrading him. Okay, so they abraded the Iron Man suit. Oh yeah, She-Hulk's great. Like, not just the card. Character's cool too. I love that, like, Titania's back here. Oh, that's a Pyroglyph. Next turn, it's a Pyroglyph. Yeah, they went on a quest. And this is a really good card. Ultimate Spider-Man. This is one of those just... In Commander, once you get this in play, it's really strong. Like, it just keeps buffing stuff. And it protects itself super well with the Hexproof. Hmm. 1, 2, 3. Let's just go Camille. I want to see what I get. And I'm gonna go for making She-Hulk unable to scream. Oh, Mechanaut! Yay! It's a goblin. It's a girl goblin. Oh, man. Okay, so Felly is just going to be able to blink She-Hulk and take that unable to scream right off it. A strong enchantment to stop Jennifer Welters from screaming. She deserves it. Let her have a break. Parallax Wave, incredibly good, especially if you have some blinky stuff, which they seem to do. They can take my blocker straight out of the way. And I believe they'll even be able to blink Parallax Wave with Felia. Like, eventually. Hey, if you're updating your Felia deck, don't forget Parallax Wave. It's terrifying. And don't forget Parallax Wave. It's terrifying is such a selling point. Some of these want to use. They could hit it in response. Okay. In response, I will tap. I will tap. Do I also want to use the Fugue Droid? Shouldn't need to because I'm crying in here. Here comes Krang to draw me some extra cards. Felia containment priesting your opponent's stuff. Yeah, it's nasty. It works, though. That's why you do it. Am I dead if I do this? Because they can flip over Miles. I think I am. Okay, so we sit here. And we block as much as we can. See what I discover. Ah, dang. If I had done that, I would have gotten the extra blocker. Okay, Mitsune Weakstone. I'm killing Felia. Puppy, be gone from this place! They have enough mana to flip over either She-Hulk or Miles Morales. Yeah, it was a maybe for getting another construct. She's still Jenny from the block. They don't have enough mana then to flip them over, so I'm okay with having big boy blockers. I needed the little guy blockers for the She-Hulk ability. See if they throw down a land. You're 6 to flip. Oh, they have a land. Okay. So they have lethal here because I cannot block without dealing 7 damage. Also, like, she has trample. Oh, wait, never mind. They're flipping the ultimate Spider-Man, not She-Hulk. Get rid of a blocker. These all get 2+1/+1 counters? Oh, no, you have no counters on you. And you're not legendary. Okay, so they had a potential, like, locked and lethal, and they didn't go for it. Did I just go to 1? Just go to 1. Listen, if they're not gonna, like... They're not gonna do it. This needs to be cast to get the trigger. Yeah, I just assumed they didn't see it. Oh, Scarab for scrap. Yeah, both. I will grab Fugidroid. And from my deck... well, they're at exactly 20. So I think Genji Glove. Parallax Wave goes away. Urza makes another Construct. Ellie is back in play, but she doesn't have haste. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't see lethal because it means I'm still in it. Yeah, never expect your opponent to, like, know all their lines. You do not have trample? You do not have trample. But a +1/+1 counter becomes colorless. Go for it, babe. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Potentially 8 mana here. A Worldly Tutor. Do you have a way to draw the card? Do you have a Pyrogoyf, maybe? Oh, wait. They already exiled Pyrogoyf. Lage! Okay. Can you draw it? Oh, you can't! Oh, well, that's great! I love that you can't draw it. Invincible Iron Man. I don't need no Gen. I don't need the synthesizer or anything. I'm just going to go for Genji Glove kill. Genji Glove. Do you have removal in hand? I wish it wouldn't. Pop it. Oh, 1 HP and a dream. 1 HP and a whole bunch of big boys. Yeah, if I wanted to protect it, we could throw down Fugidroid. But I don't think we need to. Gut, True Soul Zealot is a very strong aggro commander. She's gonna be swinging in and taking the bones out of her artifacts and creatures. Yes, artifacts also have bones in Magic the Gathering. And tossing them at my face as hasty, attacking 4/1 skeletons with menace. I find that Gut builds up damage super fast, and in a deck like mine that doesn't have that much, like, broad board control, It can be pretty tricky. I'm not even going to bother trying to play Tony while they got 2 red mana up. That's a dead Tony Stark. Yeah, look, it would have been a dead Tony Stark. Instead, it's a dead pair of boots. But you know what? That's fine. Like, he might be a billionaire, and I'm sure that these were, like, Louis Vuitton or whatever the heck. That's fine. We'll buy another pair. Or, like, an end stone or something. That works, too. Let's bring out the synthesizer. This should be able to put out some good blockers. Uthros, too slow for this matchup. Cityscape Leveler. I don't think it's what I want here. Uthros is nice with things like Krang. But we need to maintain our life total in the One Ring, and that's going to be what helps me do that. Yeah, Endstone can reset my life total to 13, which is kind of fun. Okay, I will tap that to play a Signet. To play the One Ring. That will get me a Construct and Protection the next turn. Now, the Protection is really what's doing a lot for me here. They can still, by the way, swing in if they just want another skeleton. I would. It's free bones. Why wouldn't you want free bones? The next turn, how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bones! Yeah, I can't block it. I only got one guy here. Alright, I could Tony into Krang, or I could Endstone. But without something to follow up with on Endstone, that's rough. Okay, we're getting these. Can they kill Iron Man before the trigger? They can. Untimely Malfunction. This is a great redirect spell. They can also take out blockers, and I think it's going to kill me this next turn. I only have 2 blockers now, instead of having, you know, 2 more. With Den of the Bugbear at their disposal. Oh, or an act of treason. They're going to take the bones out of me by taking the bones out of that. Good game. Yeah, no guts, no glory. Kintorius History Chaser. Going to spit out some spirits by taking things out of their own graveyard. I can kill 1 spirit. I have a discount on my artifacts, but they're likely going to have a good amount of removal since they're in the good colors for cheap burn and, well, also some graveyard hate. Do I want another land here? Yeah, it'll help me get to Tony. This is one of those games where I have to decide, would I rather play Tony Stark and then spend 6 to flip him, or play some discounts and just cast the backside? The front side gets me card advantage, which is so nice. Yeah, Kintorius being a planeswalker and being rewarded for playing Graveyard Hate is pretty big. I don't have that much graveyard interaction in this deck. Like, I can interact with their graveyard, but I don't do that much with my own. I have Scour for Scrap, which can bring back an artifact from my graveyard. That's about it. I might have Buried Ruin. Alright, so they killed Shuri. I could Phyrexian Metamorph, but only into Wayfarer's Bauble. I'm gonna risk playing Tony here. It's Tony time. Oh, do I have Emery? I guess I do have Emery. Emery is graveyard stuff. And she does target, so they'd be able to exile things as I hit them from the graveyard. All right, putting a Strike It Rich in the graveyard. They can use the Bauble to ramp here. Or they could spend 3 mana on something else. Imagine they have, like, Brotherhood's End. Nope, just ramping a Solar Transformer. It's not more than meets the eye. Ooh, Urza. And Urza? That's pretty much always going to be the option here. I will play Urza. Gets me more mana out of my artifacts, and gets me another artifact. I can swing in with the Fugitive Droid. And if I don't need to use it, I can activate Tony. If I want to hold up both, we could. But I have enough mana to flip over and get... Well, I don't think I'd want to be Battleship in here, but it's so fun against creature decks. Exalted Sunborn to make extra tokens, also just be a big flyer. All right, let's activate Tony. Tony, I want you to use your genius mind to find me a, 20 damage. Or am I feeling a Meteor Sword? Meteor Sword, let me blast their lands. Genji Glove would force them to block. I like forcing them to block. All right, so I will play a land here. I'm going to flip over the Tony. Tony is a flippin'. He's getting his Genji Glove, and he's going to be swinging in for 20. Yes, you do have a lifelinker, but your lifelinker is, you know, going to die to the first strike. Okay. I get a second combat, and maybe they didn't realize I get a second combat. Battleship doesn't change much. I can go Metamorph into a second Genji Glove, but it doesn't change it yet because it's just an additional combat. How about an Exalted Sunborn? Oh, I guess they just want to die. Some people, by the way, doing that same exact combo of Iron Man and Genji Glove in Standard. Is it consistent? No. Is it fun? Absolutely. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., a 5-color commander that could be playing 5-color heroes, or could just be 5 colors for the sake of 5 colors. You never know what to expect when you're up against a card like this. It couldn't be anything. You could just be running it as, like, good aggro cards. I hope it's hero typal, especially because in this version of the format, which is the unranked Brawl queue, you don't have access to the free if you control your commander spells, which are really good with Nick Fury in not ranked. I will play Shuri to try to get some discounts, because I have some very good artifacts to spit out next turn. Yeah, this doesn't tell me anything. This is just I'm a good card in white. This doesn't tell me anything. It taps for 5 colors. It's been my favorite new commander. I honestly think I started with the best one right off the bat. It's Squirrel Girl. I also built a standard Squirrel Girl. I don't know if that video is going to come out before or after this, but I should record it. All right. Do I feel like paying the 1? And repurposing Bay for Greaves. I will pay the 1. Shuri showing up early is great. Yeah, we have 2 different discounters that work pretty well. I'm going to protect her because she's important. She's very good. So is Ravenous Robots. I took out all of the other when you cast an artifact, make a token. But this one is an artifact, and it only costs 2 mana. It's really good. It gets you chump blockers. That's right, cast an artifact, get a robot, kill a Nick Fury. What am I craving here? A little bit of card draw. I could have also gone Repurposing Bay, not paying the 1 into Thought Monitor. Ooh, Thros. Ooh, yeah, let's station up. Some of you. Some of that. Oh, they're like, I am out. Yeah, Uthros, when you have a bunch of 1/1 tokens, is pretty nice. I didn't get to figure out what kind of Nick Fury it was, though. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I ran into one of these before, and I feel like we did something horrible, like chainsawed her, or turned her into a toy, or both. I have turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 fun times to be had for my artifacts, and throwing them at people. Oh, somebody's asking, how was Dungeons & Dragons and a frog? So I had D&D last night after my stream, and the person who was texting about bringing a frog meant that they made a card for my partner, because it's his birthday, that was frog-shaped. That is what they were trying to communicate. It was not an actual physical frog. We're good. Moon Girl, are you ready to draw some cards? Turn into a 6/6. Maybe I want to draw a card too. No, I think I want to throw things. Yeah, I'll tap the Aether Spell Bomb. Yeah, it's just, you know, I got a text that's like, I'm bringing a frog, or I have the frog. Which is concerning to me as a person who does not need a frog in their apartment. I don't have a place to put a frog. Ooh! That was sweet. Okay, so they used Deduce to draw a card and make an artifact, which drew them a card. So this was a 6/6 and survived the Bombardiers. I like it. Okay, this is an artifact. So this is a 6/6. You guys like 3-mana 6/6s with trample, right? Fossil Dreadmaw, eat your heart out. Yeah, tomorrow is my partner's birthday. Happy almost birthday, Nick. All right, Invincible Iron Man. See if it dies. Gets countered. Any of those things. Make it to combat. I think we make it to combat. Okay, Krang. Make my artifact creatures indestructible and a bunch of other stuff. If it dies, is it really invincible? I mean, it's invincible now. Indestructible. That's like invincible. We swing in. Okay. And I'm going to use the Bombardiers to throw Iron Man at their face. Indestructible does not mean not able to be put into a cannon and shot at a cute girl. They can eat the food, but if last time I checked, 5 + 3 is 8. I think. I think it's lethal. I don't know, man. They might have a tail's end. Oh, 5 + 3 is 9 now. Ooh, yeah, that would really mess with my plans. Maybe I should have thrown Krang instead. It would have been funnier. Would have been what is this? 11 damage. This card is stupid. This is a card that was printed for a commander precon, and just absolutely should not ever be in anything. It's now been included in a lot of like vintage cubes because it's just nuts. What a card, especially in a deck that's cheating in big artifacts. What a card. Wolverine, best there is. He's not indestructible, but his healing factor is regeneration. And if he deals damage to another creature through a fight or a block or anything like that, he will be growing. And all the damage he does is doubled. He's not really a 3-mana 2/2. He's like a 3-mana 4/2. You just can't see it. It's just this unrivaled lethality. This guy, he's got claws. I can tell this person is a fan of Marvel stuff because they have the cap sleeves. They got the Doctor Dooms. And they have Wolverine here. Oh, I guess also a Moogle. I do like the Moogle. That was a good pet. I like Dwayne, though, because he's quiet. Yeah, the fight bub. Am I feeling Tony? I'm feeling Tony. Listen, Tony Stark getting mauled by Wolverine, I feel like he kind of deserves it. And lightning. Real lightning. Bye, Tony. See you later, man. Iron Crag. There's nothing for me to chainsaw here. I mean, if they play Wolverine with no protection, I might go for chainsaw. Rhythm of the Wild. Give that man haste. What's this ramp? I can bring out this. Might Soon Weak Soon would also work, but I'd just be drawing a card. Let's see. Approach, Counterspell, and Electrolyze. I don't feel like I really need Chainsaw. And I don't want to play Counterspells. Because I'd rather play Artifacts. Because I'm an Artifacts deck. So let's see if they go for the haste. Okay. They are leaving him. It looks unprotected. Oh, I'm still short on that. Urza. No, Iron Crag. Nobody ever wants this. I'm going to chainsaw Wolverine. And I will equip the chainsaw to Urza. Perfect. Urza with the chainsaw. Leovold, Emissary of Trest, a punishing commander that prevents additional card draw. I will, I suppose, do my best. My commander does not technically draw cards. It puts them into hand. And on the backside, if I can get it to resolve against the onslaught of removal that they likely have, I could cheat in something huge. But they'll get to draw cards if I target them or their stuff. What a silly card, Leovold. Don't reach over to shake my hand. What kind of deal is this? I receive everything. You receive nothing, punk. I feel like playing Tony this turn. Do I think Tony will just die? I think Tony will just die. I'm going to play Iron Crag to go into Hedron Archive next turn. Try to take cards out of their graveyard. They are in blue, and they're not like a themed kind of blue. They're usually just good stuff. So they probably do have like a Treasure Cruise or similar. Hedron Archive gets me to the Invincible Iron Man next turn. Gotta ramp fast. Or am I just like, hard cast big spell? Wouldn't that be fun? It's only them or a permanent, so I can keep hitting their graveyard off Ghost Vacuum. An Inventor's Fair. Let's go for it. Invincible Iron Man. It has resolved. Will I make it to combat? It looks like that is it's getting bounced back into my hand. Okay. Could be worse. They could have killed it. All right, back in my hand. No, Iron Crag. I have actually flipped Iron Crag in this deck, though. So many lands in their graveyard. And now even more. Flow State. Yeah, you ain't nothing in your graveyard, so that's just going to look at the top three, get one in hand. And I gain a life. Oh, Nexus is so fun. I mean, I have Cityscape Leveler mana, and it's an on-cast ability, so I'm just going to do that. Cityscape Leveler, Blast Leovold, they do get to draw a card. And they're going to counter the spell, but they can't counter the ability with that. And now I still have a Cityscape Leveler in the graveyard that I can bring out and swing once with. Just gonna keep hitting stuff in the trash. Don't feel like holding priority or waiting for anything. And look, I gave you a power stone. Doesn't that make you feel powerful? Or stoned or something? Rakshasa's Bargain. Cards in hand. Cards in the graveyard. More lands. Would I rather unearth this or put it in a vacuum? Well, it looks like I don't get a choice. It is being clung. I'm going to try to cast again, my commander. And it's a straight-up counter spell. That's tough. I was hoping to follow up with one of these on the cheat-in. And I'll take that Cling to Dust out of their grave. Clungified. Clungified. Right now, there's no creatures under here. Oh, look! Snapcaster! Hitting that flow state. And look at that. My, insistence on going fast gets punished. I vacuumed up the dust. Yeah, just being, you know, being good about things here. Making sure I'm tapping my big colorless sources. I would like to try to land Nexus of Becoming. Really, that's gonna get you to give up? A 6-mana artifact that draws me a card? You could have sniped the Snapcaster and counterspelled. Ugh, Leovold. Kintorius History Chaser. Played against one of these before, and they didn't quite get to the point where they were making spirits. In this game, I have a feeling that it's going to be Tony playing as Signet and hoping I can keep him alive. While they, yeah, draw cards. They had a turn 1 Library of Alexandria. Sure, why not? Let's see what removal they've got for my commander. Surgical Metamorph. I kind of feel like I deserve a Library of Alexandria. Wouldn't be able to activate it this turn, though. Be able to use it for Tony, though. Oh, there's the removal for Tony. Okay, so Fury. I will taste your Fury, and my Tony will die. Yeah, this is a ridiculous card. I mean, I could copy Swelter, but I think I'd rather ramp. I could either just go Signet, I could Metamorph for something. We'll go Signet Thundering Falls. Voodoo Delta. I have enough lands, thank you. Jessica's Will, they do not control their commander, so they only get one, but it gave them enough mana for Kintorius and then some. What are you doing with the 3 extra mana? Because they did not need to cast that. Okay, Mind Stone and the Ooze. Yeah, that'll let you start getting some spirits. I think it's just like Synthesizer and then copy it next turn with Metamorph. It's just, this is a card. One of the most cards of all time. Hey, are you playing an artifact deck? Are you in blue? Consider Simulacrum Synthesizer. It's good. Very. The Ooze turns this Erode into a spirit.
What kind of mystery are you?
What kind of mystery are we gonna solve? Yeah, come on, Kintorius. You got spirits, you got goblins. Yeah, I am apparently just the queen of lands in this game. I saw 2 more lands off this. The bottom of my library. Gonna get loaded. Ooh, Palantir. I have that in this deck, too, because I have a lot of very high mana value cards. Hexing Swelter of Spirit, swinging in for 6. And Peregrine in the chat with a 2-month resub. Thank you so much. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love losing life. Thank you. Ow. Hmm. 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 Okay. Worms. Now, what are you exiling? Pyroclasm! Yeah, I'm gonna die to the minus pretty soon, too. That's one of the hardest things about Kentorius is this, double strike vigilance on these spirits. A lot of damage. It's okay, I got synthesizer, we're fine. They're just choosing some oozing. I have to let them draw off the orb. The next turn, if things stay as they are, I can orrery into Wormcoil, and I will actually just trade with one of these here. Try to maintain my life total. Yeah, sorry, into worms. Worm good. That's only 5. Okay, so I'd be able to use you into that. What are we doing? Palantir? Okay. I will let you draw. Okay, I can orrery. It will trigger this twice, and I'll have 5 mana left to work with, which means I could play the front side of Tony. Or I could go for the Wormcoil to get 3 blockers, one of which is pretty resilient to removal. I could also Scour. And Scour would set up, I think, the best for Tony. Let's do it. Because if I cast this on the backside, and I can next turn, I'll get the triggers from these. If I cast it from the front and then flip it, I don't.
New discoveries are so thrilling.
Library of Alexandria. Sure, because your hand is full. Why not make it fuller? A maddening hex. Okay, in response, I will scour for scrap. Hey, I don't have anything in my graveyard. I'd grab that. Ooh, who do I feel like cheating in here? I mean, it's a classic, right? I don't need to cast it. Yeah, Maddening Hex is a good card. Flage gets you more spirits. Mm-hmm. Marsh Flats. Into exile. Hexing Squelcher. Getting a little bigger. You can attack in. They made it, I think, bigger so it would survive the battleship. Okay, no. I think what they want to do is they want my life total to be low enough that they can kill me with Flage. Fully understandable. I also wasn't expecting Maddening Hex in a Kentorius deck. You will draw a card. Hero. Sure. Make a couple more of these bad boys. I don't quite have lethal here, do I? It doesn't matter, still gonna do it. Alright, let's destroy... The Hex isn't what getting me, because I have a creature here. Kentorius, I could just attack down. And I have 25 damage here. I'll still destroy Kintorius. Oh no, I think I might have lethal. Yeah, because of the +2 there. I forgot to account for the additional damage from the fresh synthesizer tokens. Nice. No blockers. All power. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I think that this deck turned out really well, and I think that if you want to cheat out big artifacts and you want to do it in blue-red specifically, use this card. It's very good for it. If you want to do it in mono-red, Duretti's your guy, and if you want to do it in white-green for whatever reason, check out the other deck I published a few days ago that is the, I think I called it Wakanda Forever. It's the T'Challa deck, the one from the Commander deck. It's really awesome. It does turbo ramp. But this one's doing it all. Having access to blue and red means you have access to the best cards for artifacts. Yeah, a Simulacrum Synthesizer. We're all looking at it. I built another Tony Stark deck that was about going wide. It was the Iron Man, that's the uncommon from the set. And while, yeah, this one can also go wide with the Ravenous Robots, that is absolutely not the focus of the deck. This one goes tall, playing these big, dumb artifacts for 0 mana. And sometimes it's just so satisfying. I do like the way that this deck turned out, and I will recommend it to anyone who's interested in this strategy. If you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you have a commander from the many Marvel products we got that you'd like to suggest, please let me know. There are a lot of them, I understand. So you need to tell me what you want to see brewed. Whether it's for Standard Brawl, Historic Brawl, maybe even Competitive Brawl, I'll give it a go because we have so many different options. Like, I really can't choose. I keep brewing decks and not recording them just because there's so much brewing to be doing. And if you want to check out those decks that haven't been recorded yet, be sure to stop by the stream. Twitch.tv/Amazonian is where I record these, and it's where I play a lot of decks that you might not ever see if you only watch our videos. The videos are usually for the better decks and the more interesting decks. Well, thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.